Hi guys, Nick here, and today we're going to discuss how I go ahead and propagate my Monstera deliciosa. This guy is getting really big and it can use a chop, so we're going to go ahead and do that right now. My Monstera deliciosa is beginning to get quite large, and it has this one plant, or this one branch, that kind of just reaches into my window, so this is the one I want to cut back. So you can see right here, this is the newest leaf right here, it's still kind of flimsy and dull, and this is the second newest leaf. And then down here is the third leaf. So what I'm going to want is at least 3 leaves. If you had like an older leaf like this, you could probably get away with 2, but since this one's quite new, I'm going to want 3 leaves. And I'm going to follow the stem back to where the third leaf meets the stem. So right here, sorry, it's kind of blurry. Right here. So what I'm going to want to do with my sharp sterilized knife that I've sterilized with rubbing alcohol, I'm gonna cut right below here, so right where my finger is, so that this is like the bottom of the plant, because this is where the roots are gonna come out, and anything below that would just rot, so I wanna cut as close to that as possible. And I'm also gonna wanna remove this stem right here, which attaches to this leaf, so I remove that leaf because that is most likely just gonna rot in the ground, and that could, kind of screw up my process. So we're gonna cut that off, and then we're just gonna have these 2 leaves coming out of the soil. This is a tangled mess, so let's see how this goes. So right here, I hope you guys can see well, but I'm gonna cut right here. I know this is kind of blocking. Right here, I'm gonna cut with my sharp knife as cleanly as I possibly can. I should probably use a sharper knife since this is quite thick, so, do what I say, not as I do. All right. So, I don't know how I'm gonna get this out safely. I'll be back with you guys in one moment. So here is my Monstera deliciosa cutting. I still have this leaf attached, but I do have to remove it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that in one moment. But I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like before I cut it. Okay, so once again, we're just gonna take our sharp knife and just cut this guy off. It might even just pop off, but there we go. And I'm gonna remove as much of this as I can because I don't want it to just rot in the soil, but the stem should be okay, but this would probably just rot, so it's okay if it breaks off a little bit like this, as long as you don't want to make any damage on this part of the stem right here that would grow, or the plant would grow. So this is looking pretty good, and I'm just gonna go put this in soil. So you can see that there's about 2 inches of this stem that's bare. I'm probably gonna submerge it about 2/3 of the way. Okay, so here's my pot of soil, and I'm gonna go ahead and just make a hole with my finger right in the center. And easy enough, I'm just gonna put this in gently, and then pack some soil around it. And you really wanna pack it in there because, this doesn't have any roots. You could even use a stake to hang it up there. I'm probably gonna have to add some more soil on top now that I'm packing this down. But yeah, you really just want to make sure that your plant is, really, really in there, especially because you're going to have to water it and it's going to move around a little bit once you water it. So just really pack it in there. So as I've done with my other propagations, or some of my other propagation videos, you can definitely just put this in water and wait for it to root, and then put it in soil and watch the progress. This time I'm going to go ahead and do this in soil because that's what I've done the other times I propagated Monstera, and it worked very well, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing it in water. So this is how we're looking after I have added a little bit more soil and watered it in. It's very in there, and I'm just gonna let it hang out for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then I can go ahead and give it a slight tug test to see if it has formed roots. If it has formed roots, it'll give a slight give. If it has not formed roots, it'll come right out of the soil. So we'll see then, and I'll probably check in with you guys in about a month to see how the roots are looking. We'll go ahead and dig it out of the soil and see what's going on. So time really slipped me with this one. It's been about a month and a half, and we're finally good to go. You can see right here that there's a new leaf just starting to emerge. And if I lift up the pot, you can see that there's roots coming out of the bottom, but I am gonna stay true to my word, and we're gonna go ahead and dig this out of the pot and see how it's looking. So first, I am going to do this over a plastic bag to save the mess, so I apologize for any of this sound you might hear. But as you can see right here, there's an aerial root that was just coming off the plant right here when I first started, but now it has worked its way into the soil, probably just very slightly, and is going to start to anchor itself that way. So let's go ahead and see what's going on inside here. I'm just going to loosen up the pot, and quite frankly, just pull it out and loosen up the soil around it. Okay. Oh, that is in there. That is really in there, guys. And something I should mention, I think I might have mentioned earlier in my video, but so with most of my propagation videos, I do put the plants in water to start. That is only really to show you guys the roots. Some people think it's better to start in water, some people think it's better to start in soil. I don't really have a preference, but the only thing is that when you put your plant directly in soil, you don't have to deal with the shock of transferring the plant from water to soil. So that's pretty, oh my gosh. You guys, I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this at all. I put this one little plant in here. You guys saw it earlier. No roots a month and a half ago, and we literally have like a half root bound plant. I don't know if there was more roots I broke off. There's one little one, but I think that it's just really this mass right here. So let's go ahead and just take some of this soil off, because we're gonna go ahead and repot it. Well, I'm gonna repot it, I don't think I'm gonna film it, but I just want you guys to see how crazy this root system is already. Can you believe that? A month and a half in, directly in soil. I've propagated Monstera deliciosa a few times before, and I have always just gone right for the soil. I don't know why, it's just what I've been doing, but this is showing you. This is insane. This is a root system if I did not know one. I almost feel like I should be potting this into a bigger pot, but I don't really have anything any bigger than this one, so it's gonna go right back in there. So this is the root ball, and it's as much soil as I can get off of it without damaging the roots, and it is crazy. I was not expecting it to be this big. I was admittedly expecting it to be like one large root, like the one right here, with just like a few branching off of it, but this is a straight up root ball. So very happy plant. It's very happy being planted directly in soil. I should mention, I've tried doing Monstera adansonii in soil, and it just doesn't work out. I don't know what the logistics is behind that, but Monstera deliciosa right in soil seems to be the way to go. Before we finish up, I just wanted to go ahead and update you guys on where I had cut the stem a month and a half ago. So you can see right here, this is the calloused over wound from where I had cut, and then right here is where the plant begins to emerge. So let's just follow this up, and you can see it's only one leaf right now. It's been a month and a half, so it takes probably like 3 or 4 weeks for the leaf or the new stem to start to emerge from where I had cut, but now it is one leaf, and obviously this leaf is small and it's going to stay small, but as the plant continues to push off more leaves, within due time the leaves will be the size of the rest of the plant and back to normal. So it's just something to keep in mind when it does grow. Don't be alarmed if the leaves do come out small at first. Thank you guys so much for watching my video today on how I propagate Monstera deliciosa plants. I was absolutely thrilled with the way this propagated. I was not expecting that root ball at all in this short amount of time. So I'm super excited to go ahead and propagate more of this guy for myself in the future to add to my collection, and I hope it inspires you to go ahead and propagate your own Monstera deliciosa in order to add more to your collection, or share it with your friends and family. If you have any questions about how I propagated this or any other plants to propagate, leave it in the comments below, and also keep an eye out for more propagation videos in the future because I have a bunch in the making. Alright guys, I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye!